Hi, I'm Meta Spencer. And today we get to go to the United Arab Emirates, which I've never been to before. It's going to be pretty vicarious because we are going to speak to two young women who are in that country, as well as a person here in Toronto whom I do know a little bit. And this is all about a youth project called the Green Hope Foundation. And I am familiar a little bit and would like to be closer to Kekashan Basu, who is a third year student at the University of Toronto, where I'm an emeritus professor, and she's studying environmental studies. And she is the founder of an organization called the Green Hope Foundation. So she has young people all over the world who are working on environmental issues. And I'm going to introduce them, her two friends. We'll introduce them all sequentially. Say hi, Kekashan.
Hi, very happy to be here today with all of you.
Kekashan is the founder of the Green Hope Foundation. Now, Erin Isabel, you're in United Arab Emirates, right?
Yes, absolutely. Hello.
Hi, and you're a grade 13 student?
Yes.
All right, good. All right. And Pragna Vasupal.
Hello.
Say a little more.
Hi, yeah, my name is Pragna Wasapal and I'm a second year student in Dubai.
In Dubai, in the what university?
In BITS Pilani.
All right, very good. Good to meet you all. So now let's get down to talking about Green Hope. It's an amazing thing. Everybody I know says, well, we have to get more young people involved. And I think, well, that's true. We have to get more young people involved in peace activism, but we certainly have plenty of young people who are leading the way when it comes to climate change and environmental activism. And one of the main ones would be globally, Kekashan Basu. Kekashan, tell us about yourself and how you got this organization going. I understand, by the way, that both Pragna and Erin are members of your group, and we're going to be mostly talking about Green Hope, right?
Yes, absolutely. Pragna is our head of events, and Erin is our outreach officer. So I'm very glad to be here today talking to all of you with them. So, yeah, I started my advocacy when I was personally 7 years old when I saw the image of a dead bird with its belly full of plastic. I was deeply aghast by that. And it was also around that time that I attended a lecture by environmentalist Robert Swan, whose words, the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it, really resonated with me. And it's something that resonates with all of us and our work at Green Hope.
Now,
Where
wait a
I,
minute. At 7 years old, you were already conscious of the need to save the world.
yeah, I'm born and
How about that? Can't beat that. Go ahead.
after we worked on the grant, I worked on the grant for about 3 years. Then the United Nations somehow caught hold of what I was doing. I was invited to speak at my first UN conference in Indonesia. And then the following year, in 2012, at the Rio Plus 20 Earth Summit, which, as you know, was, I think, the largest sustainable development conference of the time. And there, out of the 50,000 delegates present, there were only 5 people under the age of 18, myself being one of them at 12 years old. And that did not sit right with me because we as children and young people had so much potential, and I wanted more children and young people to have that platform of action. And that was when I returned home, I founded Green Hope Foundation to provide this platform of action where children and youth learn about sustainability challenges and then learn how to take actions to mitigate these problems. And today, Green Hope is a global social innovation enterprise working in 25 countries with over 140,000 young people on all aspects of
How
sustainability.
many?
140,000 young people
Whoa.
and all aspects of sustainability. So, as you said, we work on peace and nuclear disarmament. We work on climate justice. We work on clean water and sanitation, good health and well being, biodiversity conservation. So, literally, we address all 17 sustainable development goals. And through all of that, creating circular economies, just societies, and ensuring environmental sustainability. So,
How in the world did a 7-year-old girl begin to create an organization that now has 140,000 members? How in the world would you have even imagined how to go about creating an organization? And when did you found Green Hope as such, as opposed to just being invited to speak at various conferences?
so like I said, it was Green Hope was founded in 2012, just after Rio Plus 20. Our birthday is actually International Youth Day, 12th August. So this was literally just, I think, a couple of months after the Rio Earth Summit in 2012. And we started off with about 5 members. We realized that there was a gap in knowledge production and reaching out to young people in terms of children and young people not really being involved because of their work, and just people were just looking at young people as youth. That's it. So we realized that there was this gap, and that is where we came in terms of engaging our young people and children in sustainability. I think Pragna and Erin can definitely talk more about how we do that through our academies and projects. But yeah, that was how we started. And honestly, my goal wasn't to create this huge international organization working in 25 countries. My advocacy, as I said, started when I was 7. I realized that, I had to do something. I did that. And when I was 12, that was when I realized that I have the opportunity to engage even more young people. And the best option for that was to start a community-driven organization that could engage children and young people and provide them with that same respect, that did not see their age, but actually saw the work and the passion they had for creating a better planet and better society. That is why and how Green Hope Foundation came about.
All right. Now, I see that one of the major chapters, or whatever branches are called, is in the United Arab Emirates. So, can you tell me about these young friends of yours and how you established that particular location as a place for a major base in the world?
Well, I was actually born and raised in Dubai, so that is why Green Hope started in Dubai, branched out from there, and that's why one of our most active chapters is in the UAE, where we are partnered with their education board, Dubai's education board, just as we are with the Toronto District School Board here in Canada, as well as the Youth Parliament of Suriname. And again, I think Erin and Pragna can talk more about how we do that through education for sustainable development. But in the UAE, it's one of those countries where government, private sector, civil society works so well hand in hand, and we've been able to establish excellent networks and connections with various government entities, with the municipalities, electricity and water authorities, and at the same time working with schools all across the country to take forward the work and taking forward ground level actions in different emirates. So yeah, it's actually one of the visionary leaders, is one of the some of the people that I look up to and we all look up to here. So that also served as a motivation. So
it takes a lot of money to run a big operation like that. I'm just wondering, did the government of Dubai decide to help you out financially? Are they supportive, or do you see them as the enemy you have to overcome?
No. We do not see them as the enemy. Rather, they're like our I would say, the greatest and the first support that we had, not financially. We do not take any kind of government funding from anywhere in the
Really?
world. Yeah. We are not a government funded organization at all. Rather, the funding that comes to Green Hope all around the world is, when I speak at different events, my honorariums go entirely to Green Hope. I'm a National Geographic Young Explorer, so Nat Geo funds some of our projects in Bangladesh, in some of the other parts of the world. Again, Pragna and Erin can also talk more about that. But no, the UAE government has, like I said, provided so much support in terms of providing young people with the respect that they rightfully deserve, recognizing the work and doing so much to involve and get more young people involved in various initiatives from health to environment to uh, reaching out to communities all across the country as well as around the world. So, like I said, we work and partner with the Education Board, with Dubai Municipality, Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment. So and of course, if you know the Expo 2020 that was supposed to take place in 2020, but is going to take place this year. It's the largest gathering of countries of innovation around from all around the world. So
No,
yeah,
I don't know about that. Expo, what is this?
2020. I guess now it's going to be 2021. Uh,
I
yeah,
don't know about that. What is that? Tell me.
Pragna, would you like to explain more about Expo? Because both of them have been involved in that.
Huh? Okay, good.
Uh,
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Expo 2021 is basically this large gathering of all the countries across the world where they showcase technological innovations and other projects that each country has come up with to solve international problems. Yeah, it ranges from climate change to sustainability to peace and nuclear disarmament, and all of those issues are covered in Expo 2021, and they do that while engaging big corporations and the civil society as well. And we have engaged with the Society of the Expo 2021, where we have had the opportunity to create workshops and raise awareness to the students about sustainability.
And also worked with the construction companies. We work with the private sector too.
Yeah.
Construction company that is building all of those the pavilions for Expo 2020, conducting sustainability workshops for them as well. They're architects and engineers. So
Where is it? What's it going to happen?
sorry,
Where?
it's happening
In Dubai?
Yes, in Dubai.
Ah, okay. Wow, it's amazing because I haven't heard about it, and it sounds wonderful. Good. Okay, so you ladies are deeply involved in promoting and developing it. So you're going to have a workshop kind of place. What will you do in your workshop?
So in Expo, we've already done workshops for students, getting them more involved because sustainability is one of the main themes of Expo 2021, and getting them engaged in that. Of course, during the pandemic, like everything kind of stopped, but now everything is gearing back up with the lockdown in the UAE. So yeah, Erin, do you want to talk about some of the workshops that, or Pragna, some of the workshops that we have done?
Sure. So essentially, we've not let the pandemic stop us from reaching the same impact that we had even prior. So we've conducted a ton of webinars. We've and some of them actually featured high-level panelists like the this Miss Audrey Kitagawa and also the former Secretary General of the UN. So we had very esteemed panelists come and talk to us and basically tell us about their experiences. And in addition to that, we've also conducted a lot of webinars for students, and not only here, but I think in the Seychelles. So that was very recent. And we're also creating a toolkit for people, for little children and youth living in Rajasthan. So basically, this toolkit consists of little videos explaining each of the sustainable development goals, because ultimately, what we want to do is ensure that we fulfill the United Nations mandate of leaving no one behind on the road to sustainability. So everything that we do is basically built on this framework to ultimately achieve that goal and build a world that is sustainable.
Yeah, and this is like not just with Expo, like I said, our work is so global. So out of the 140,000 young people, 65,000 just within that was our outreach during the pandemic with all around the world. And like Erin said, with really high level people, including actually the former president of Ireland, as well as the former UNGA president, as well as young people from all across the world, from Yemen to Seychelles to Suriname. So yeah, and we've been very busy during this pandemic. So
I
yeah.
bet you have. And it looks to me as if the organization is really run by young people, all by yourselves. I'm just so dazzled with the very idea that you could do such a stupendously big project.
Yeah, it is. The leadership is young people, and I mean, I'm actually out of Erin and Pragna. I'm the eldest out of all of them. I'm 20. They're I think 18 and 19, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we started very very young, and it is youth led. But of course, we have had tremendous support from our parents, who have obviously, since we started out so young, logistical support, even helping us out with funding for our projects in terms of us being able to carry it forward. So yeah, while it is a youth-run organization, we work with all sections of society because we firmly believe in intergenerational solidarity. And of course, we have the support and backing of our parents.
Your background is quite impressive. Do you mind sharing with us who are these people in behind you? These
Yes.
groups. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So this is the Syrian refugee camp, which is on the border of Lebanon and Syria, and it's in no man's land. And we had gone there in New Year of 2018, where we were engaging these children in various sustainability workshops. This is in Kenya for home for children of prisoners. This is also in Kenya at another home where children are it functions as an orphanage as well as a home education home for children. This is in Nepal. This was at a school in Nepal, and we've also worked with HIV positive children over there. This is one of our workshops in the UAE, where if you can look very closely, we are using music to spread awareness, and that's the Green Hope Foundation band. And I think Pragna and I can also talk more about that a little later. And this is in Suriname. So this is at an orphanage over there where the children, after we left, they actually started a pilot no plastic campaign in their school and in their orphanage. And this is in a Malaysian school for refugee children. So yeah,
those are just. Have you been to all those, or you send delegations of members of Green Hope there, or how do you manage to reach so many places, especially if you're studying at the university too? I hope your professors are broad-minded about.
Yes. We always make sure that our grades stay right up there, and at the same time we work, because it's not about a sacrifice. It's something that we all chose to do, and we try to link our work together through education for sustainable development. But no, pre-pandemic, we went to all of these places. So you can see here, I think Erin is there. You'll be able to see Erin there. Pragna and Erin have both been a part of so many of our international projects. Mm-hmm. And pre-pandemic, we did used to go to all of these communities to actually establish that connection. We are not a charity. We don't do that because we don't just send money because we're rich and whatever. We want to actually engage with the children, learn about their local challenges, and we never tell them what to do. We work with them to come up with local solutions to their local challenges, and it's things they come up with because they're the ones who are going to be taking those actions forward. So and now during the pandemic, our trusted members on the ground, like our chapter heads and the members, are taking the work forward for example, in Bangladesh and in Liberia. And of course, we are continuing our advocacy online. But yeah, after the pandemic as well, we're going to continue going to these places to establish contact and continue the work.
Amazing. And after you've given a workshop, I presume that's how you enroll the attendees in Green Hope. Is that right? You're founding a Green Hope chapter there after each workshop, or do you, in some other way, keep in touch with the people that you've contacted?
Well, yes, in some cases, definitely. Some reach out to us after, one of our members or myself, we've spoken at an event and they're like, oh, this is really amazing and it resonates with us. We'd like to join. Sometimes if we do, and our workshops are called Sustainability Academies. I think we've done 225 of those so far. So it's
225.
so it's peer-to-peer engagement.
225 workshops?
Yeah, we call them academies. So they're tailor-made conferences for young people by young people. And yeah, some of them reach out through that if we do it at a school or if we do a large conference. And for instance, like for World Environment Day, for example, which Aaron and Pragna also play a very big role in organizing their local ones in the UAE. So that's how they join us, or through word of mouth, or if our work is published with the UN or some news agency, or social media. So there are various ways that people hear about us and able to reach out.
That is marvelous. Okay, I'd like to hear more about the UAE. By the way, you came to Canada from the UAE, from Dubai.
Yeah, I've been alternating my time between Toronto and Dubai since I was.
Okay, good. And so you are really in close contact with them. Would you say the majority of where are the members of Green Hope in the world?
Off the top of my head, Canada, we are headquartered in Toronto. Canada, USA, UAE, Oman, Bahrain, Suriname, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Seychelles, the Netherlands, Liberia, Sweden, the Bahamas, Kenya. Guys, if I'm missing out, I am missing out on a few countries. So do let me know about that. Yeah, off the top of my head, these are some of the countries that I can think of. But yeah, our presence is very, very global, and we're working to ensure that we're not just expanding tokenistically, but actually getting everyone involved and getting them to a more sustainable lifestyle.
Okay, I'd like to hear from Pragna about some of your own experiences. What is the last thing that you did? You held a workshop. Give me an example of how you do these things. What would go on in your workshop, or what did, say, for the last one?
All right. So for the last event that I was part of was one of the webinars that we conducted for the students, one of the online webinars. But if you had to ask what exactly happens in our sustainability academies, that was pre-pandemic. First of all, we start by engaging students by teaching them about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And then we move forward by raising awareness on how they can take responsibility and localize the SDGs and come up with solutions for their local problems. And later on, we do obviously use creative modes of raising awareness, such as music, art, dance, to raise awareness. And also, eco-fashion, sustainability, eco-fashion. So we have some really fun activities after we have done our presentation to the students. We engage with music and art. Yeah.
Now, how old are the groups that you talk to? When you get them together, how do you assemble a group for a workshop? And how old are they?
Well, for conducting the workshops, or webinars, our youngest member has been 5-year-old, has been a 5-year-old. But in terms of conducting the workshops to the students, we make sure that we engage with all ages. So our conferences or our academies are tailor made to those students. So if they are like, for example, preschoolers, then we focus on keeping our presentations more interactive and engaging. Or if they are from high level panels or even university students, then we get more technical and yeah. So we adapt to the audience as well. But our members, our youngest has been, if I'm not wrong, a 5-year-old who has been part of our webinar.
Okay, how do you get these people together? You advertise that you're going to hold a webinar and send out notices to people, or what?
Well, yeah, sure.
So go ahead, right?
Yeah, so obviously we do advertise through our social media. So for our online webinars, we reach out to the schools and the universities that we have already conducted workshops in, so that they can send their students, or their students can participate in our upcoming workshops. And as part of engaging the youth, as Kehkashan mentioned before, most of them also approach us to be part of our activities after they've heard from either newspaper articles or after we've gone to their school to conduct a workshop. So yeah, so they also approach us, and we also obviously engage with them through social media or
Mhm.
through
Now, your
sustainability
own
academies.
role is what? She gave me, Kehkashan gave me titles for each of you, but I didn't pay attention. What is your position
Yes,
in Green Hope?
yeah, I am the head of events of Green Hope Foundation.
Head of events. What does
Correct.
that mean?
Well, I am in charge of taking care of all the grassroots level campaigns that mainly happen in the United Arab Emirates, along with my colleague Erin. And I also engage in organizing other online webinars or even representing Green Hope in other international forums.
Okay, excellent. And you have a lot of contact with Erin. Do you all work together, or are you pretty separate activities?
Yeah,
No,
we
we
all
all work together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Erin, okay, tell me about the last thing that you participated in. Where was
um
it, and what was your role in it?
okay, so the last workshop that I attended, it was actually quite recently. It was the workshop that we conducted for students and teachers in Seychelles. So essentially,
Now, wait a minute,
we
you've
were
got to stop. I have to ask help with Seychelles because my geographical imagination is very limited. There's some islands off the coast of Africa. Is that it? It Where are the Seychelles, and how do you happen to go there?
I
we didn't go there, it was virtual.
we've gone there, and then Erin can talk about the workshop. Since 2014, I was invited by their Ministry of Environment to speak to their students and various stakeholders. And since then, we Hope has established and continued to keep in touch with the Seychelles Ministry of both Education and Environment. And they've spoken at our webinars as well. And yeah, Erin, go ahead and explain more about the workshop that.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, it followed the format that we would usually follow if it was an in real life workshop. But otherwise, we started off by telling the students about what the Sustainable Development Goals are. We told them about Green Hope, our journey, and to make it a little interesting, we also conducted a quiz at the end. And so there were a lot of participants and attendees, right? So to see that all of them were so enthusiastic about answering questions about the environment and basic general knowledge based on what we had spoken about and even otherwise it was really nice to know that people outside my own region, they know so much, and so you're learning from them, but they're also learning stuff from you. So I think so that was basically the latest workshop that I'd attended. And yeah, I helped deliver the session. I spoke about the Sustainable Development Goals and told them about what we did and the importance of the SDGs.
I wonder how you manage to keep in touch. You seem to do a lot of webinars. Do you have a regular YouTube channel or something where you broadcast your webinars, or are these individually set up one by one?
We have our Facebook Live, so that is where we go live, and we usually do our webinars in terms of spreading awareness about specific issues. So we have one, like, for example, for World Children's Day, we did one for International Day of the Girl, for when the PNW was finally came into force, we did something for peace and nuclear disarmament there. World Interfaith Harmony Week was last week, so we did a Green Hope celebration of World Interfaith Harmony Week there on nature, peace, and SDGs. So yeah, we have a very broad range. They are all interconnected in some way, given that we are talking about how to rebuild better, how to see this pandemic as an opportunity, and how to engage various stakeholders. But again, we different aspects of the SDGs, from circular economy to just environmental biodiversity conservation.
But you use Facebook a lot and live shows on Facebook, right?
We go live on Facebook, and then the recordings are uploaded to my personal YouTube channel as well. But that with Green Hope, it's on Facebook. We don't promote the YouTube. Yeah.
Well, I need to talk to you about, maybe we can put some of your stuff on our channel. That would be, yeah. Okay, it's been real fun. Very interesting, amazingly impressive. I'm just dazzled by all of you. And I certainly wish you every bit of good luck and good success in what you're doing. It's wonderful to know. And I want to follow your activities in the future. So let's stay in touch. And I think maybe we can find some way to connect digitally a little better. Okay? Good. Thank you all. And see you again. Okay? Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.